adventure, and so far, things are going well. Alex, how are you feeling?
Great, man. Love it. The best thing about motorcycle and bicycle camping is that each morning you wake up and break camp, repack it, and then you're off.
It definitely feels super free, and personally, this is the first time I've taken my bike on some serious distance. It has been going really well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are packed up, ready to go. First stop, breakfast. Let's hit it!
What is the plan?
All right, right now we are in San Luis Obispo. We just ate. We're gonna get back on the bikes and we're gonna loop down to this place called Montaña de Oro. It's a state park. It's supposedly super beautiful. You get whole views of like Morro Bay. From there, we're gonna come back down, rejoin the Highway 1 to Morro Bay. We're gonna check out Morro Rock, which is this giant rock. So from there, onto the Highway 46 to Paso Robles, where we're gonna ditch the bikes and get into wine tasting mode. You ready, bro?
Let's do it.
All right, well, San Luis Obispo, cute little town, dude.
Super cool. I very much considered going to college here.
I did too, but then when they were like, you need to know what your major is, and I was like, I'm 17, I don't even know what my middle name is.
I'm 31, I'm still figuring out what my major is. Anyways, bye-bye San Luis Obispo. Let's go check out Morro Bay.
Guys, quick little pit stop at Montaña de Oro. Montaña de Oro State Park. Gorgeous little wildflowers everywhere, and this beach that we haven't quite gotten a view of. It's just over there. We got a glimpse of it when we were riding in, and it looks gorgeous. Oh my God, you guys. Beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful.
I think that Central California is so cool because it's so uncrowded, and that's dictated by geography. The LA basin was connected to the rest of the country by the train. San Francisco had the gold rush. But this part of coastline is just the right balance of inaccessible, but stunningly gorgeous. But overall, it's just a little bit too far to get the crowds. And that's what makes the journey worth the trip.
We pulled over at Morro Rock in Morro Bay, and there's literally like 10 little otters just chilling right here. And there's babies. There's baby otters. It's cuteness overload. Oh my God.
I want to eat all my meals like an otter. Actually, we should make an otter restaurant where they give you inner tubes and you sit on your back and you can just eat your meal off your belly as you float. The first European expedition here was the Portola expedition, the Spanish, and the name Morro. Morro is a Spanish word that means like a big rock formation, so it's kind of shaped like Gibraltar, and that's what gives the bay its name.
And in more recent times, it's also the name of a really awesome electro song called Morro Bay. I'll link it in the description, but seriously, go check it out, because you're just gonna be like, Morro Bay, summer never ends in California.
Morro Bay, let the sunlight shine.
guys, well, we're saying goodbye to Morro Bay, and we are going to be saying goodbye to the PCH for a little bit. We're heading inland to Paso Robles, but we're going to be taking a cool little detour on a road called Old Creek Road. This road trip is all about those back roads. So here we go, Old Creek Road.
In my bed, filling me up with a sweet sensation. Summer love in my head, in my heart, in my bed, filling me up with a sweet sensation. Body's turning in the sheets, skin on skin like a new baby. I feel the winter coming in the breeze. Just wanna stay with you in the summer seas. The sun is calling.
Wow. An incredible little ride up here from Morro Bay, and now we are in Paso Robles. We're gonna unload the bikes, take a quick shower, and then hop in an Uber and go to a vineyard for some wine tasting. Oh, we got our stuff all over the hotel room, but we are showered, clean, and
Ready to taste wine. Paso Robles is a super famous wine region. It's one of the best in the state. It's probably the country, and it combines kind of the soil of Bordeaux with the climate of Napa. So that makes some great wine. Let's go check it out.
What's the name? The brothers?
Yeah,
Vagabrothers.
the vagabrothers. You're riding. That's who you're riding with.
Thanks.
My name's Martin Crode. We're at Crode Vineyards and Inn, the west side Paso Robles, and we're a winery and a bed and breakfast.
So what sort of wine do you guys cultivate here?
We do Zinfandel and we do Rhone blends, Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre, and Petit Syrah. And it's all 100% dry farmed. So we've been dry farming the vineyard for 7 years. Even through the California drought, we rely on the winter rains, and we don't irrigate at all. So we get very small berries and very concentrated fruit. Our yield is very low. We're really not concerned about yield that much, it's all about the quality.
The owner, Martin Crode, is a Kiwi, and we're half Kiwi, so it's the Kiwi connection. Trying to
Kiwi is a New Zealander for all of you who don't know.
Yeah, so there's a couple of wines we're tasting where they're like famous for Zinfandels here, so we're gonna work our way up to that, the bolder wine, starting with something on the lighter side.
All right, this is the Atua. It's a blend of Cabernet, Zinfandel, and Petit Syrah. It's really fruity from the Zinfandel, but also tart from the cherry.
So wine first came to California with Franciscan missionaries back in the 1700s during colonial times. It was then brought back around 100 years ago by Americans, and after Prohibition, this place really came into its age in like the 1970s with a new generation of winemakers. Even compared to like a decade or two ago, there's just been an explosion of wineries. We're gonna finish off this day with an excellent meal at a restaurant in downtown Paso Robles. There's a wine festival going on there in the main square, and we're eating right next door.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the restaurant. It's called Artisan. It's in downtown Paso Robles, and we are seated outside right next to the main square. There's been a wine festival here today, so they're breaking it all down. We just missed it, but we're having a beer because it's hot. and red wine in the heat is not really a great call.
So Paso Robles was originally a hot spring, mineral spring, since like before Europeans came here, and then later. It's been developed a lot as a food destination because with good wine comes good food. So this is one of the better restaurants in town, and we're gonna feast, as you know that we do. So here's to a good meal. Cheers, brother.
Stop.
We got hen of the wood mushrooms with a poached egg on top, some pecorino cheese, cooked in a little sauce with creme fraiche on a brioche bun. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, put the camera down and try this right now. And now, to cap it off, we've got the pork. It's slow cooked. They basically buy the whole pig, butcher it in the house, and cook it slow and low for 6 hours. So, just falling off the fork. Here we go. Oh my god.
Well, bro, we did it again. Epic day. Another beautiful day in Central California. Cannot believe it.
Yeah, we're from the coast up to wine country and topped it off with a great meal, so can't complain.
This is the type of adventure that we want to continue doing. We want to do it in more far-flung places. And if you've enjoyed this video, then you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, but before you do, remember, tomorrow is the big challenge. We're gonna try to culminate the series at Big Sur, which, as of this date of filming, is closed off from the south and the north on the PCH. So we've got to try to find a middle route that will let us through, because if we get into Big Sur, we're gonna be like the only people there, have it to ourselves, which is awesome.
So if you have enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe, and turn on notifications if you have not already.
In the meantime, stay curious, keep exploring. We'll see you guys on the road.
The road to Big Sur. Peace!